This week we saw a few glimpses of the kind of strategy the UK is going to take with its divorce talks with the EU. Theresa May's government is still not saying that much about what it wants to achieve from Brexit, but it does seem the government's strategy is to keep as many possibilities open as possible. We saw from a very interesting leaked memo this week that there are some discussions going on inside the department for Brexit. An aide to a Conservative MP was photographed leaving the department, and we saw her notebook full of scrawls about the sort of things being discussed. It suggests that a Canada Plus deal is on the table. It also said the British strategy is to have its cake and eat it. But back in the real world, the transitional deal seems to be the key thing. That is something that the city and businesses are desperate to achieve because it will give them something to rely on for the next couple of years. But the leaked documents suggest that there is ministerial opposition to a transitional arrangement because a lot of civil servants in Whitehall do want to achieve it. All these signs point towards a hard Brexit. That means a clean break from Brussels with no ongoing arrangement. That might suit Theresa May politically, but it won't suit businesses or the economy. But the most seismic political event of this week was the shock result in the Richmond Park by-election. Brexiter Zac Goldsmith lost his seat and the Liberal Democrat Sarah Oney overturned his 23,000 majority. It was a campaign fought entirely on Brexit and shows that the Liberal Democrats can reinvigorate themselves as the party of the 48%, speaking to those Remain voters who do not have a political home. This could be very interesting for times ahead. Not for the first time in the Brexit process, Boris Johnson has got himself into hot water. The UK's Foreign Secretary was reportedly telling ambassadors that he personally is in favour of freedom of movement and likes lots of migration. Now, this is a bit different to the Prime Minister's approach, so he had to backpedal from that. The Conservative MPs also to Donald Tusk this week, demanding that British citizens in the EU have their rights secure. Mr Tusk took rather short shrift to this and wrote back saying that nothing is going to be discussed before the Article 50 talks. What this tells us is the chasm of opinion between Westminster and Brussels. Brussels is taking the process very much by the book and following the Article 50 process, whereas Conservative MPs are taking a slightly more maverick approach. The latest migration figures came out this week, which showed that EU migration has hit an all-time high. Net migration into Britain hit 335,000 people in the run-up to the EU referendum. For Brexit supporters, it's more confirmation that we have to leave the EU and probably the single market to control migration, but for Remainers, it shows that the economy is becoming increasingly reliant on those foreign workers. Squaring this circle is the biggest challenge for the government, keeping the economy flowing while satisfying the demands to reduce migration, and nobody still seems to have an easy answer to that quandary.